Low, there we go. Low, there we go. So I don't really, I mean, basically the rules. Wait a minute. Yeah. So before I get started, just go over some rules so I can maybe get everything collected. I can't promise I'm gonna stream very long because it is 8 o'clock in the morning and things are gonna get busy around here. I might be able to stream a little bit, but the mic won't be on because I'm gonna have a bunch of children making noises. So if anyone makes a comment, I will turn the mic on temporarily to respond. And if I probably won't get everything today. I mean, well, I won't be able to get anything in this stream. There are 29 bosses in Limgrave, and so you got to think. It's probably going to be what, maybe 10-15 minutes average to get to each boss. Get to each boss and defeat them. Maybe depends on how annoying they are. Because it's been a while. Some of these bosses I've only defeated once, and that was from 2 years ago when the game first came out. So 29 divided by. So yeah, it might take a while. So the rules are is that basically is just I can use critical attacks. It's just I just really is best judgment not to do those at the very end of a boss. If I'm using the math correctly, I should not be too overpowered to knock them out with a critical hit because I'm going to make sure that my attack power is respectful for their HP amount. Because 10 hits is 10 hits. You can't go lower or higher, basically. I can't defeat a boss at 9. I can't defeat a boss at 11. It's got to be 10 hits. And also, I'm not going to use any bleed or any kind of frost, fire, or whatever, because that can happen at random times. And I don't want to instantly defeat a boss. If I instantly do defeat a boss, I'm not going to restart. I'm just going to consider that a failure. And maybe have to do a restart of one eventually. But I'm going to just keep on going because I got 29 bosses to do, and this includes Weeping Peninsula. Also, the Grafted Scion does count to be a Limgrave boss, so I do have to go into Learning of the Lakes to activate Grafted Scion. I'm able to get back to the Grafted Scion. And as for the lowest HP, actually I can go ahead and switch over to what I have here. You won't be able to see it very well because let me just go ahead and get this off of here. So the total amount of HP entirely, this number isn't exactly useful, it's just a fun fact. But the total amount of bosses entirely of Limgrave, including Weeping Peninsula, is 74,153. And that's almost, was that Rykart levels of HP? And then the average HP is 2,557. And the boss that comes closest to that, I believe, is Zamor. Zamor has 2,570 hit points. Let's see, yeah, I believe he is the closest one. I don't see any other one that's around that. So that's pretty wild. Zelmore is the representable boss of HP boss in Limgrave. So I can't wait. That's gonna be a very special boss that I didn't And you definitely, I know a lot of people will be surprised on which boss has the most HP, and it definitely surprised me, and I'm definitely just like, oh, why does it have to be this guy? And it is the Tree Spirit. Now, how am I doing the calculations? Let's see. I basically just take the total amount of health and I divide by 10 simply, and that makes it easy. That actually you actually don't have to use a calculator for that, because all you gotta do is just take the last number and turn it into a decimal. So let's just, Tree Spirit has 6,147 total HP points. So basically, you just put a decimal between 4 and 7, and it shows you that I will need a total of 614 attack points. And more than likely, I might have to end up dual wielding. That's just a crazy amount of HP, and that's the part that's going to take the longest. That is going to take a lot of grinding. I'm going to try my best not to have to proceed with the rest of the game in order to do that. I'm going to try my best, because I mean, getting up that high is, I'm gonna have to use probably going to use the animation more than likely. Tree Spirit, of course, you cannot parry the Tree Spirit. You cannot parry Godric, which is the second highest amount. Godric has 60-80. Now, is this possible with every boss in Elden Ring? Probably with the right itemization, but I'm not fully versed in itemization. So, let's just say I want to do Learning of the Lakes next. Okay, I haven't looked into how much health, which boss has the highest amount of health in Learning of the Lakes, so I can't point out a reference. But let's just say a boss has what? I don't know. Do bosses really do? I know Rykar is the crazy number. The Fire Giant is the highest amount of health you're going to find in the main playthrough of Elden Ring. You need at least, if you want to have an effective, fast, somewhat reasonable pace with the Fire Giant, you need to have at least 1,000 hit points just to make it feel effective. But even then, I think 700. 700, if you're dual wielding, 700 for each weapon is good. 1,400 attack points total. But the one thing about that, you got to be careful. And this is where the major flaw of the game is where the game pushes you to be overpowered with the Fire Giant, and then after that, the boss's health amounts drop significantly. I think I was talking to someone about this, and I know I'm kind of delaying here, but I just really wanted to jump on this topic. It is absolutely ridiculous how the game does this to you. Okay, so the Fire Giant, and just for reference, if I want to defeat the Fire Giant in 10 hits. So the Fire Giant has 42,363 hit points. You would need, in order to do that, you need a total attack. You need a total attack points of 4,236. And that's for each hit, to get him in 10 hits. And I don't think that's too crazy. Of course, when you divide by 2, you need 2118. I mean, you would definitely have to over-level yourself. It took me about an hour just writing the bosses' names down and getting all their health in order. That was like, I must have dyslexia or something like that, because I was going through and I accidentally put down 11 twice, 12 twice, and I was like, what the heck? And then I eventually had to write down another list to make sure, because there's 29 bosses and I kept coming up with 25 only because the numbers were repeating. But it's definitely possible for Limgrave. 10 bosses is just a lot of grinding. Especially near the end, once bosses get up to 5,000, because of course you'll start needing 500 attack points per hit. Someone messaged me. Who was that? Oh, I guess no one did. I could have swore I heard Facebook turn on. But anyway, I'm gonna try not to get too focused on it. But yeah, I wanted to finish my point about the fire giant. How it motivates you to become super overpowered or super. You have to be appropriately powerful enough to take out the fire giant. I think this is why. This actually explains why a lot of people do not like the fire giant, because the HP amount is ridiculous and there's no gimmick. Is basically, hey, here's a super spongy boss. Here's the before I get into critical mode, I love the fire giant. He's my second favorite boss. From my favorite boss of all time in Elden Ring is the Godskin Duo, and then there's the fire giant. But the reason why is because the spectacle and just I really love how the fight flows, especially when you have the right amount of damage output. But if the damage output is too low, then the boss isn't exactly that fun, because there's a lot of possible RNG that can happen, especially with the fireball attack, and it really sucks to get caught in that. But so we have the fire giant, and after the fire giant is actually the Godskin Duo, and the Godskin Duo is only at 26,000. Let's see. I think I can remember. 26, 350. That's a 16,000 HP difference, and that's. I mean, yeah, it's fine if you don't like the Godskin Duo, but after that, the boss's health don't change drastically, because you got to think, what else is after that? Malekith. Ah, heck. Malekith's HP is actually really low. I mean, it's shockingly low. It drops significantly. Malekith's HP amount after the 10,620. That is that. I can't believe that. I was shocked when I saw that. I mean, I knew that Malekith always seemed so much weaker after experiencing the Godskin Duo, and you also got to think the separate phases. You got the Beast Clergyman in the first half, and then Malekith in the second half. So technically, 5,300 hit points for each phase. And then after Malekith, I don't really want to count Sir Gideon, but I'll go ahead. I always forget the dude exists. It's such I can't stand that boss. He's such an annoying fight. Heck, I clicked on the wrong. Sir Gideon is only 6,226, but thank God for that, because I can't stand that fight. And then Godfrey. Godfrey is only 21,903. So, like I said before, by the time you are powerful enough to take out the fire giant within reason, the rest of the game sets you up for it to be a cakewalk, basically. I really just don't see anybody keeping themselves at such a low powered state to defeat the fire giant, like, oh, that was nothing, and then say, oh man, the rest of these boss fights are really hard. It's just, I don't know. It's a really odd design choice. The Godskin Duo is definitely going to be interesting. I don't even know if I'll make it that far. I'm just kind of doing the easy stuff first. Godskin Duo, go back to them. I mean, the great thing about the Godskin Duo is that like I said, I love the fight. So, let's see, since there's two of them, that's going to be, alright, so, of course, like I said, I mean, you just put a decimal between the last two numbers, and I would need a total attack power for each weapon needs to be 2,635, and to get up there, I probably would have to dual wield more than likely. Let's see, and so each weapon needs to be 1,317 in order to achieve that. So I need to be super over leveled beyond where I usually am, and I actually don't be so. I wouldn't have to be. I wouldn't be surprised if I had to go into New Game Plus, but that would kind of destroy the purpose because, of course, HP is increased. But it seems like sometimes, I don't know. There should be no reason to go into New Game Plus actually. So forget what I said there, but because I'm thinking about my Silver Lolly build where where I wanted 2 Great Maces, but of course I had to go into New Game Plus to get another one. But I can just find another Great Hammer. Great Hammers are really, really fun to use. So I imagine, if anything, it might actually be the Colossal Swords. It would have to be a Colossal Weapon to get that super high. So it's definitely an interesting perspective to look into. Let's see, 10 hits. I mean, it would have to be. I would have to. How much HP does each Godskin has in the Godskin Duo fight? Is it just because you can't really? Okay, hold on. Here it is. Actually, they do have this information. Godskin Noble has 8,000. 8,000. Do they have the Apostle on here? Why do they just have Noble on here? Am I missing? Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird. The Apostle has lower HP than Noble. That's really strange. So I'm thinking, I don't know. That's such a weird fight because you got to think about 2 separate life bars. Actually, 3 separate life bars. You got the main life bar. You got Noble's life bar and Apostle's life bar. And with Noble having more HP than Apostle, that's that makes the fight so much more interesting to me. That's why. And that's another good reason to love it. I can't wait to get to that so I can calculate that more because that's so interesting. Okay, all right. I've delayed long enough. So, if you can guess who the first boss is going to be, which shouldn't be difficult, on which boss has the lowest HP in Limgrave. Dang, I've been talking for 17 minutes? Alright. So, of course, we're going to skip the Grafted Scion. Grafted Scion, we will not get to the Grafted Scion until a little over halfway through. Because the Grafted Scion has 2,596 hit points, which requires me to have 259 attack power output. Yeah, man. I should be streaming later on. Hopefully, I'll be streaming on later on tonight because I've been wanting to do this project for a while. So hopefully, you can jump back in later if you're not busy. But be safe. Be safe at work. All right. Oh, I'm already. I'm so used to just running right by. So, whew. So the Soldier of Godric might be a bit tough. I might have to utilize, maybe Stagger would work. Hey, get away from that. Sorry, my cat's wanting to mess with my wires. Alright, so I guess really the best way is just to go in there and see what I can do. So, of course, Soldier of Godric has 384. Which I guess I'm kind of appropriately... I mean, it's not too far away, but also enough to where... So I got 22. And hopefully with Stagger, that will help me. Alright. So with 22 hit points, it would take 17 hits if I just focus on that. What I might have to do, actually, I might have to use my club a couple of times and then switch back to fist. So thankfully I can do that, but let me just see what I can do with just fists right now. Because of course the club, if I just one-hand the club, that's a 114. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I should use the club first, but I just don't think it's gonna go up to 10 hit points. Making the Soldier of Godric complicated, huh? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, it's only 2, 7. Ooh, that's pitiful. I'm not doing anything. I wonder why in the world it shows that much. Alright, just in case. I would go for a backstab, but backstabs might be what I have to do. So it's almost there with just the club itself. Let me go the backstab route. Even with that, it's only... Ah, heck. I wonder if he staggers in one charge. Yes. Right. That it takes off way too much, though. Okay, that might work, though. That might be it. Okay, there is a way through this. It's just I gotta be very, very careful. So maybe I can Okay, what I think I might do is I'll just get a few hits with the great club, and then do a couple of backstabs. That way I can get at least some 10 hits in. It's stupid. This boss has a ridiculously low amount of HP. I mean, fists are too weak, and the club is too strong. And I don't think there's a weapon in between. I really don't. There might be, actually, but I really don't feel like going out and looking around just to defeat the Soldier of Godric, so I'm just going to do it like this. So I'm going to do it like I did in the beginning and just do one hit at a time. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's go ahead and switch over. Well, that's technically 2 hits, isn't it? 7, 8. Nine. 10. There we go. First boss done. I know, it looks so weird. It looks so incredibly weird doing it, though. Alright, so Soldier Godric was successful, even though it looked incredibly stupid. Dun 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 dun. I should have some sound effects, but... Alright, so next is Shade. I gotta remember where the Shade is. God, I just remembered. I got some. I'm probably not even going to do boss fights that are. Like, I was thinking about Demi-Human. Demi-Human is the scariest one. But I had kind of had to worry about not taking. The whole, because of course I'm probably going to end up taking damage worrying about it. But I could probably just knock out all those little, all those little dudes. But they don't count for the HP bar. All right. Yeah, Cemetery Shade. I gotta remember. Cemetery Shade. Is that the... oh, that's in the Weeping Peninsula. Wow, okay. I just don't remember. It's been so long. So we're going straight to Weeping Peninsula then. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. Yeah, Jeez, I don't remember where that's at all. I mean, that's at the Erdtree. The minor Erdtree. Okay. I'll just get there and hopefully I can remember. Probably gonna have to take a break time here so I can get morning family prepped. Might just do the Cemetery Shade and I'll either stop or take a little break. Oh boy, I can't wait to get the Tree Sentinel. Where is he at? I would need 288 attack points. What the heck is that? I'm out of coffee. I drank all my coffee. I really hate that I have to go all the way over here to get Torrent. I wish it was Bonfire. I wish it was Site of Grace based, where you only have to rest at a bonfire. Site of Grace 3 times. But you gotta go all the way here. I could have swore that you could active. There might be other ways, but so far the only time I could have swore that I was able to get torrent one other time at another side of grace, but it seems like every time now it's just at the same side of grace. So before we get to Cemetery, let's just make sure. I mean, only 780. I mean, I have 120. So one hand, I believe I should cut it in half. So, but we'll see. I mean, it won't be. I won't have to upgrade or anything like that. After Shade, by the way, is Patches, and he's just a joke fight.
Have you heard of the finger made? They serve it you. I can turning wood to aid you. You need it to the foot. Then it summon me. Ah, I bequeath you. It will summon torrent to treat him with.
Alright, Weeping Peninsula, here we go. The long journey. Might as well go ahead and get the whetstone. Ah, heck. Turning Torn around is such a pain. Same thing with turning my character around. Oh my goodness, I couldn't move. I was screwed. That's why I usually jump before I get there. Because turning Torn around is not fun. See, that's how I should have done it. But I like walking in there with Torrent. Mark is definitely an interesting one because he's going to require a total of 417. But then you got critical hits, so ooh, that was close. The reason why I took damage because I clipped the cliff right there. Clipped the cliff. I missed it entirely. I don't remember it being here. Should be Tombsward Catacombs. Yep, this is it. Alright. I do not remember a single thing about this place. I think I remember that part, but it's probably just going to be a bunch of backstabs with the Cemetery Shade, because the Shade is really bad about spamming. Ooh! What the heck? Why does the club feel so much faster? Is it because I don't use R1 a whole lot? My goodness, I can't believe how fast that thing is. My goodness, that thing's... Oh, heck, freaking target. I know, I'm missing the double taps. Goodness, I thought as long as they were glowing, it was, oof, man. Alright, I might just have to run through here, because these guys get really bad. Ah, man. I just need, oh, shoot. Go. Oh, heck. There we go. Okay. See what I mean? This guy's just overly aggressive. Okay, we might be able to do this. Oh, heck. Five. Oh, really? Ah, you bugger. You bugger. I'll try it over again anyway. The tracking on that projectile is high. Okay, well, I don't know why it tagged me. Why it tagged me earlier. I need to use that weapon sometime because I got it once, but it wasn't part of my build. 1, 2. Probably get a backstab there. But 3, 4. Five, 6. Seven, 8, 9. Oh! Alright, so, it's weird how the first hit doesn't do any more damage than what it does. Alright, so I gotta be careful here because it's right at, because I mean what I got going is fine. I just can't get another backstab in. So I think what I might have to do is just do one critical hit when he's doing that walk. You know, when he's doing that walking motion, that's the best time to go in because he just seizes for whatever reason. That's what I remember from the first time I fought him, is that when he starts walking aimlessly, you can just walk right up to him and get a backstab. And apparently that wasn't patched. I don't know. I guess they want it that way. All right, so let's keep doing what we're doing. I just cannot do a backstab because remember the backstab counts as 2 hits. Maybe I can try getting a backstab in when he does that crazy combo. Nope. He goes away too quickly. So just go back to it takes a while. I mean, it's just because you gotta wait for him to do that non-aggro walking motion. Just got to make sure I perfectly timed that last final strike. Hopefully it'll work out. I mean, a fully R2 charge should do the trick. So you notice how he just kind of, he doesn't, he takes, it's almost like he takes his target lock off. 1, 2. Three, 4. Five, 6. Seven, 8. Oh, heck. Okay, so. Alright, so I don't think that the last backstab is going to do enough. I might have to add an additional hit when he's getting up, if I can. God, he recovers so quickly, so you gotta be careful. So I could probably just, instead of doing 5 backstabs, I need to do 4 backstabs with 2 critical hits on recovery from a backstab. Oof. One, 2, 3. Oof, oof. Four, 5. Six, 7. Eight, 9, 10. Bing, 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 bing. Nice. It worked out beautifully. Beautifully, sir. Alright, mark down the shade as successful. Now, if I miscount or anything like that, please let me know. And I'll just have to go back. I'm pretty sure I was on point. So basically, 4 backstabs and 2 critical hits. I should have done this with the Soldier of Godric. It's just too messy. 4 back and 2. Well, heavy attacks plus. Okay. So, man, Patch is such a joke of a fight. It's just not gonna be fun. But that's probably. I'm gonna take a brief break. Once I'll go ahead and get to Patches, then I'll do a break and come back. Hopefully, if not, I might. It depends on what's going on. If things start picking up in the household, I might have to stop. I really wish I could have jumped on earlier, but I spent almost an hour just doing calculations for the stream. that, Now Patches goes up a bit. I might have to upgrade for Patches. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, I think it's as long as I fully charge art heavy attacks. I mean, it should be fine. Because you got to think. I mean, so I only need 119, and I have 120. Oh yeah, I got to fight that invader. I forgot about this guy. So. Get ready for a really sloppy performance, more than likely, because usually I'm really bad at this invader, because it's just he spams all kinds of crazy nonsense. But at least I'll get my parrying dagger. Oh, that attack. I hate that attack. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. See? And NPC invaders don't stagger either. I could backstab him, but he just moves around so much. I can't stand aggressive invaders. I can't stand it. Probably be better if I just go here and activate a bonfire, Slide of Grace. Yeah, I've never been very effective at NPCs, invaders or hostile NPCs. I've just one of my biggest weaknesses. I mean, just in any game, not just Elden Ring. It's not because they can't stagger. It's just you know, I am not effective with them because they are overly aggressive and they tick me off and they always use really cheap tricks. So I tried quitting and restarting, but the fog gate just insists of popping up. Dang it. Again, you're just gonna stand there and trade damage with me? Oh, hate that attack so much. Yeah, you need to jump in. Just yank the guy. Thinking they're not backstab. Oh my god, really? Ah, I hate this dude so much. Just freaking one-shotting B-word. I should have just stood back and just let him do everything. I absolutely suck at that invader. That's one. I mean, I love getting the parrying dagger, but I just hate having to deal with that invader every single time, especially right now where I have a slither of health. Gonna be 1 hour of the stream of me handling this pitiful invader I can't stand. Thankfully, it's the one invader I really have to deal with. I mean, if I had to do anything special, I have to deal with others, of course, but... I'm just like, why? Why do I have to... I think, actually, yeah, there is a closer side of grace over there I should probably go to next. Uh-oh, children are waking up. He just keeps rolling away, come on! Oh, get a life. Get a life. Oh my god. Ugh. That guy over there is so slow. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, when I say I'm bad at NPC invaders, I am really bad. I'm just... I mean, I understand I'm at a disadvantage a good bit. Alright, I'm gonna have to go off mic here for a little bit.
You there. Could you help us out, Cully?
Alright, I'm going to end it there. Thank you, everybody that has watched. But, should get back on later tonight. Hopefully. Later this evening, whatever. So, appreciate